ladies and gentlemen.
We are the Group 3.
Basically, our report will run through Chapter 5.
That's right, Marinel. Chapter 5 is entitled Strategic Capacity Planning for Products and Services.
So what are we waiting for? Let's get the ball rolling.
As an introduction, I will consider the two keywords in our report, strategic and capacity. To further expand the ideas, allow me to present to you two consecutive videos which speak for such words.
Do you hope for a better world? Dream of bluer skies? Wish for a brighter today and a cleaner tomorrow? There are many reasons to choose a Toyota Prius. With hybrid Synergy Drive, it emits up to 1 ton less CO2 per year. What will your reason be?
First is the word strategic. It is defined as something in terms of strategy planning. Think of Toyota's initial marketing strategy for its Prius, one of Toyota's hybrid vehicles shown in the first video. It targeted innovators and early adopters of new technologies, commitment to creating environmentally responsible vehicles, and on using online space to engage technophiles early on its production process. That is their strategy as auto manufacturer of hybrid vehicles. And second, the word capacity. The best example of this would be the car sample model presented in the second video, the Ferrari. It is a two-seated car, and obviously, its capacity is good only for 2 persons. Indeed, capacity speaks for itself as the number dictates. To define capacity, it refers to an upper limit that an operating unit can handle. This operating unit might be a plant, department, machine, store, or worker. Note that the goal of strategic capacity planning is to achieve a match between the long-term supply capabilities of an organization and the predicted level of a long-term demand in terms of production. As defined further, capacity planning is the systematic determination of resource requirements for the projected output over a specific period. Thus, capacity planning is a key strategic component in designing the system. In capacity planning, there are 3 main questions. What kind of capacity is needed? This will greatly depend on what product or service that the management intends to produce. Second question, how much is needed to match the demand? This refers to the cost that will be incurred in the production process. And the last question, when is it needed? The specific time frame that the management wants to execute all the planning. For some instances, capacity choices are made regularly as part of an ongoing process. The entities, while others tend to make it very infrequent. The most important in any case is that the management must review product and services periodically to ensure that the company makes capacity changes when they need it for cost, competitiveness, effectiveness, or other reason. Moreover, for various reasons, capacity planning decisions are among the most fundamental of all the design decisions that managers must make. Thus, the question, why capacity decisions matter? Number 1, future products and services. Capacity decisions have a real impact on the ability of the organizations to meet future demands for products and also for other services. Capacity limits the rate of output possible. Having capacity to satisfy demand can offer the company to take advantage of tremendous benefits. For instance, when Microsoft introduced its new Xbox in late 2005, there were insufficient supplies, resulting in lost sales and unhappy customers. Second, operating cost. Capacity decisions affect operating cost for the capacity and demand requirements will be matched. To minimize the operating cost, but in practice, this is not always achieved. So it's better to come up to a decision that attempts to balance the cost of over and under capacity. This does not necessarily imply that one-for-one relationship and that larger units tend to cost proportionately less than smaller objects. Number 3, initial cost determinant. The greater capacity of a productive unit, the greater would be the cost. Fourth, resources. Capacity decisions often involve long-term commitment of resources, and those decisions may be difficult to modify once these costs were incurred. Fifth, competition. Capacity decisions would vary in terms of the competitiveness of different organizations in the respective fields. Sixth, management simplicity. This would be very easy for management if capacity is matched. Seventh, globalization. This makes capacity decisions even complex as it adds uncertainty about capacity needs. And last, financial resources. Capacity decisions are necessary to be planned in advance due to this factor. For example, it may take years for a new power generating plant to be constructed and become operational. However, it increases the risk that a designated amount of capacity will not match actual demand when the capacity becomes available. Now, we know about the general definition of capacity, and that is the upper limit on the rate of output. Indeed, capacity speaks for itself as the number dictates. It is very true when the organization produces homogeneous products. However, problems arise when the firm has other products. The preferred alternative in such cases is to use a measure of capacity that refers to the availability of outputs. Also, take note that no single measure of capacity will be appropriate in every situation. Rather, the measure of capacity must be tailored to the situation. So let's have the table 5.1, which shows some measures of capacity. More so, we'll go beyond that as we go to the two useful definitions of it in terms of production. First, we have the design capacity. It is a maximum theoretical output of a system in an ideal condition. For example, Honda Philippines design capacity in 2007 is 1 million units per annum. On the other hand, effective capacity is the capacity a firm expects to achieve given a current operating constraints or in realistic condition. In the example given a while ago, Honda Philippines' effective capacity in 2007 is only 600,000 units compared to its design capacity of 1 million. Mentioned operating constraints that somehow affect the production include changing product mix, the need for periodic maintenance operations, lunch breaks, scheduling problems, and balancing operations, and other similar circumstances. These two definitions also arise two measures of system competitiveness, and these are efficiency and utilization. Efficiency stands for the comparison of what is actually produced or performed with what can be achieved with the same consumption of resources, while utilization is the proportion of the available that a piece of equipment or a system is operating. These two measures are usually in percentage form. It is worthy to know that the real key to improving capacity utilization is to increase effective capacity by correcting quality problems, maintaining equipment in good operating conditions, fully trained employees, and fully utilizing bottleneck equipment. Next, we will have the determinants of effective capacity, and these are as follows. First, facilities. This includes the design of facilities, its size, location, factors, layout of work area, and environmental factors. These factors will play a significant role in determining whether personnel can perform effectively or whether they must struggle to overcome the poor characteristics. Second, product and service factors. Generally speaking, the more uniform of the output, the more opportunities there are for standardization of methods and materials, which will lead to greater capacity. Take the example of a restaurant. It offers a limited menu which can usually prepare and serve meals faster than a restaurant with a more extensive menus. Third, process factors. The influence of output quality is an obvious determinant of capacity, and that process improvements that increase quality, and also productivity which can result in one increased capacity. For instance, if the quality of output does not meet standards, the rate of output will be slowed to the need for inspection and other rework activities. Fourth, human factors. The task that made up a job, the variety of activities involved in the training skills and experiences required to perform a job all have an impact on the potential and actual output. Fifth, policy factors. A management policy can affect capacity by allowing or not allowing capacity options such as overtime or second shifts. Sixth, operational factors. These include scheduling problems, inventory stock decisions, late deliveries, purchases, quality control and quality inspections that can have a negative impact on the effective capacity of an entity. Seventh, supply chain factors. It involves substantial capacity changes and their respective results in the making. And last, external factors. This includes product standards, especially minimum quality and performance standards, which can restrict management of opinions for increasing and using capacity. Thus, pollution standards on products and equipment often reduce effective capacity, as does paperwork by government regulatory agencies by engaging employees in their non-productive activities. Another important topic is the strategy formulation. In this point, allow me to present to you 3 consecutive videos that will correspond to the 3 primary strategies, respectively.